Chapter 3.7, Solving Multiplication and Division Equations. So we have been working with the addition and subtraction property of equalities. Today we're going to talk about the division property of equality and the multiplication property of equality. Just like addition and subtraction, whatever you do to one side of the problem, you have to do to the other. So the division property of equality states if you divide each side of an equation by the same non-zero number, the two sides remain equal. For example, 4 times 2 equals 8. So 4 times 2 divided by 2 equals 8 divided by 2. I divided both sides of the equation by 2, so the two sides remain the same, remain equal. The same goes for multiplication. If you multiply each side of an equation by the same number, the two sides remain equal. So 6 divided by 2 equals 3. So 6 divided by 2 times 2 equals the same as 3 times 2. Notice that when you have division, you're going to use the multiplication property of equality to undo your division. It is the opposite. They are inverse operations. So when your problem contains division, you are going to use the multiplication property of equality. When your equation contains multiplication, you will divide. Those are inverse operations. So if you have 4 times 2, you will divide by 2 in order to get 4 by itself. Okay? So let's put both of these properties that you have now written into your math notebook into practice. So example number 1. I will keep the orange, I like it. 4n equals 68. Well, remember that 4n is the same as 4 times n. We just don't use the multiplication symbol anymore. We just say 4n. So I want to know, what does n equal? Well, because this is multiplication, I need to use the division property of equality to divide both sides by 4. And I'm going to show that by writing them like a fraction, writing the division like a fraction. 4 divided by 4 is 1, so these two cross cancel, and 1 times n is n. n equals 68 divided by 4. Can't do that in my head, so I'm going to go over to the side to my scratch paper, and this is where I'm going to write that 68 divided by 4. 4 goes into 6 once, 2, bring down the 8, 4 goes into 28 7 times, so n equals 17. If I want, I can go check that by saying 4 times 17 should equal 68. Well, 17 times 4, 7 times 4 is 28. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So 68 does in fact equal 68. And my answer of n equals 17 is correct. So when you show the division in your steps, remember, here is the original problem, which you must always have. Here is your step. You are dividing both sides by 4 until you end up with your final answer. All right, let's take a look at example 2, which is going to be a word problem. So you buy a package containing 6 rolls of film for your camera. Yes, I know this was back before cameras were all digital, but film cameras still exist. The total cost for all of the film was $38.88. Use an equation to find the cost of one roll. Now, most of you are just thinking, I don't need to use an equation, I can just divide. 38.88 divided by 6 will tell me how much money I need. And that's true, but I want you to start thinking about, how do I write an equation to solve for x? So we're going to cross this one out at the moment. And I'm going to start by using a bar model. So this is going to be an equal parts bar model because Oh, where'd we go? The whole thing is $3.88. Okay, there's my whole. I'm dividing it into 6 equal parts. Okay, I want to know how much is the cost of one. So if I look at an equal parts, I have 6 parts times X dollars per part equals $38.88. So here's my equation. Now I can apply the division property of equality by dividing both sides by 6 to get X by itself. Since 6 divided by 6 is 1, these cross cancel, and I'm left with X equals $38.88 divided by 6. Now that's what we had up here. We just wrote it as a multiplication problem first. So go over to your scratch paper, $38.88 divided by 6, and we end up with $6.48. So each roll of film costs $6.48. When you have word problems, try and write an equation like this where you have to solve for your variable. If you struggle, try a bar model. If all you can come up with is the basic equation, that's fine. Solve word problems any way you can, okay? All right, example 3. This time we're going to use the multiplication property of equality. So here I have y divided by 6.4 equals 8. Because I have division, in order to undo division, I'm going to use multiplication. So I'm going to multiply both sides, y divided by 6.4, and now I'm going to multiply by 6.4 equals 8 times 6.4. So I took y, some whole number, I divided it into 6.4 groups, and now I'm going to multiply it back to get to my original y. So I am left with y equals, go over to my scratch paper, 6.4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. 6 times 8 is 48, 49, 50, 51. I have 1 decimal in my problem, so I need 1 decimal in my answer. So y equals 51.2. All right. So I wrote this sideways. The other way is that you can write it vertically, just like we do with addition and subtraction. So if you have y divided by 6.4 equals 8, you can put times 6.4 underneath, and then y equals and your answer. Either of those is correct. Method 1, method 2. Okay, that's it for 3.7. Complete your QCs and your CYU, and we will review this the next time I see you.